Hi, so I finished this design. I'm really happy with it. And now I'm going to try to swatch for a next design. I have a 3mm hook, a 3.5mm hook and a 4.5mm hook. And then I have a fingering yarn and a DK weight yarn. I have this idea of a sweater. It will use the same stitch as this one. And I'm thinking that it will use it like on top here and over the full sleeves probably. But then after like here, it will have a different pattern down. And then the neckline, I'm not sure still how it will look like. So let's think more about that. But let's start with the swatching, so I'll see if the stitches works correct, and then we know how to calculate the math then when we've decided on the stitch. So I think I did a vote on Instagram to see what yarn weight you usually prefer when sweaters. DK one with 80% or 81%, and fingering got 19%, so it would be a good idea to start with the DK weight yarn now. But I like the color on this one for the sweater I've been thinking. So this, I think, is a bit too dark for the one I've been thinking, or it doesn't really give the look I'm after. So I'll still go into swatch my first swatch with this yarn, and then we'll see. And since I'm on the project to empty my stash, I will have to use this yarn at some point. So let's do like that. But I did listen and know you prefer the DK weight, but yeah, we're emptying the stash, so let's start with this one. So the 4.5mm hook, no, not for fingering. I think we try with the 3.5. It makes the project a bit more faster, and as I've said in previous videos, I always try to use as large hook as possible, because that gives kind of a nice flow to the sweater. Or if you use a too tight or a too small crochet hook or a smaller hook, it can easily make the garment feel a bit like tight and stiff. So I usually try to go as high up as possible. So let's start with the 3.5 and see how it goes. Swatching is probably one of the things it's not my favorite, but it's very important to make it. So for me, it's so that I see that the stitches work out. But then if you crochet according to a pattern, it's crucial to see that you will get the correct size of the garment. When I did start to crochet, I never did those, and I didn't check what yarn weight they had, and I remade so many sweaters from scratch. So finally, in the end, I learned that make the swatch, read the pattern. But yeah, it's not always that easy. I try to make the swatch now a bit larger than 10 times 10 centimeters or 4.4 inches or 4 times 4 inches, so that I will not measure the edges, because we don't want to measure the edges, because they always look a bit different. It's really small to work with the 3.5mm hook and fingering weight yarn after making this sweater with a 6mm hook and bulky yarn. But yeah, I usually prefer the smaller yarn weights. I don't know, I just like they're so light the sweaters in them. But yeah, it's fun to make a bulky sometimes also, because they go really fast to make. So, and I really like the look of this. It's really warm and cozy as well, so that's perfect now when we have quite cold outside. So I'm done with the swatch. It looks like this. I hope you can see it, it's quite small when I'm using the fingering weight. So here are the ribbings, and then here is the pattern I was thinking for the body. So a bit of open stitches and then a few rows of normal HTC, and then I was thinking to repeat this one then again after here, so, and that continues for the rest of the body. I'm really happy with the swatch on this. I like it's really like light, and the color and everything is exactly as I wanted. So I'm not sure if I'm going to swatch with this yarn for this project, because I'm really happy with this. So I don't think this will give me anything more. So I think this will be, or this will be the yarn for this project. While I was making this though, I came up with another idea. So I think I will swatch for that now on this one. So it might turn out that we have 2 projects in the end. So let's start to swatch for that as well. And I'll use the 4.5mm hook. For this yarn it's recommended a 4 or 4.5, so with the same idea as previous, as large hook as possible. So let's start swatching for that as well. Let's think now how many. So I looked up the stitch, and you needed to chain a multiple of 6 plus 4. So a multiple of 6 plus 4, that would, for example, 3 times 6, 18 plus 4, 22. So and I'm at 20 now, so 21. Typical me to just get started and on these projects and then think about it. Usually I'm the kind of person that thinks a lot before I do, but when it comes to crocheting I just like to get started. These shells I'm making here, so it will be a cardigan using the stacked shell stitch. That's my idea. So it looks good so far. So here's my swatch for this project. I'm really happy with it, and this yarn worked better with this. So now we will have a DK project and a fingering project. This was so fun to make, these stacked shells. So I think I'll get started on this one first. Yeah, so I'll measure it. I'll just block the swatch and then measure it to see how many stitches I'll have. And then I think it will be a cardigan, so I make the bottom first, so the full back, and then I make the front, so you fold them over so the body will be in one piece. Then probably add a ribbing in the end, like all the way around. Yeah, I think that will be a good idea. So let's do like that, but I'll block this and then get started. So I didn't have opportunity to film some progress just during the week. I mean, I went quite a flu, and it's been quite dark in the evenings. But I made some progress on my sweater. So this is the back, but I think I'm going to make it a sweater instead. I really like the idea of the cardigan, so I'll make that at some point, but I really want a sweater out of this. So yeah, this is, by the way, the Oatfield cardigan that I also finished the other day. I really like how it turned out as well. But yeah, so now I just have to think how I'll make a sweater of this. The height is starting to be really good. I make it a bit longer so I'll be able to use it with my bump. But I think I want ribbing here. So I think I will need to add a ribbing here down. So if I just add a ribbing, and then I can just split here for the neck, and then I'll do a second piece like this. It will require a seaming on the sides, but yeah, that's fine. I think it will be good. It will be a quite clean edge here still. So yeah, let's try to add the ribbing here. Let's see if I take a new skein of yarn. I had a piece of yarn here. I used that to make the video tutorial for this sweater. Because I'm planning to make a video tutorial for it as well. So, but let's see. I have my yarn end here. But yeah, if I seam above the ribbing, that's fine. So that's fine. Let's see if I can add a ribbing. So on the second piece I'm planning to add a ribbing from the beginning, but I think this will work fine. So kind of also started to rethink the other project a bit. I do like the ribbing, but I'm thinking about the pattern for the body, that I might change that to another stitch. So let's see when I get to that project. Yeah, the ribbing looks good and I like the length of it, so I'll just continue to make that for the full section. So yeah, this is how it looks. A bit wobbly now and it's just a few rows, but it will look good when I finish for the complete section there. But it will probably take a day or two, so I'll continue with that. nice. I did seam it now, so let's try it on. Probably won't look good with a white sweater under, but that's what I have at the moment, so I'm scared that it will be really big and that the neckline will be really open, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Size is good. I can wear it now. And the neckline, it feels good. I can't see myself now. Yeah. Let's take a sneak peek if the sleeve is good. It might be a bit short. Let's see. No, it's probably good. Yeah. Let's just continue attaching the sleeve. Make a nice edge on the side. Make and attach the second sleeve and a nice ribbing for the neckline. Okay, so it's been a few weeks since last time. I'm continuing to wear my Oatfield Cardigan. I got such a flu, so I haven't really been doing much. I've been crocheting a lot, but I haven't been doing much more than working on my book. Yeah, but I thought I wanted to show you the finished autumn lace sweater, and then I'm going to show you also the swatch I started with, so you can see what that is. Let me see. So here's the finished sweater. I'm really happy with the result. Let's see. Let's try it on. I haven't had this chance to wear it that much. So it looks like this. I made it quite long, so I will be able to wear it now. But of course you can adjust the length according to what you like. So yeah, I like the length of the sleeves. They are so you can pull them like this, but then the cuff also makes it possible to have it like this, or even up like this if you prefer. So I like that a lot. It looks the same in the back. And then I left the sides here open to give a bit more room for the hips. I usually like to do that. I still need to block this so it won't be down, and then I'm finally ready to start to use it. But yeah, I really like it. The neckline, I like that it's ribbing here. Yeah, it looks like this. And then I also want to show you the other project. So I started this video by telling you how the project that I was going to do in this video, how it's going to look like. I ended up with this sweater, which wasn't at all what that looked. And then for the yarn I started my swatch with, I have it here. I just worked on it in the car, so it has the basic same stitch as I was planning. But then I decided to make it top down instead, and not at all the type of way that I described to you. So this is how it looks like right now. I'm not sure if I'll probably make this like a normal size, so I won't be able to use it that much now, or because it will be too short. Otherwise it would fit, but it will be too short. But I think it is so few months left, so I'm now starting to make garments that I can use afterwards better. But yeah, I'm still planning to make the cardigan version of this, and then I'm still planning to make the one I described in the beginning of the video. but that will be in a few months or so, because I have some other ideas that I really want to make now. And the cardigan version of this one I think I'm going to make for the summer in cotton, so that will be nice. But yeah, that's how this story ended up, with two totally different sweaters than it started with, but I'm really happy with the results, and I can't wait to get this ready, and I'll show it at some point.